Former juvenile arrested for killing a man and mutilating his body west of Mendota in January.
Let's stay in California right now. A group of veterans in Southern California is taking border security into their own hands.
Immigrants, legal or illegal, don't need to be citizens to have a Second Amendment right to bear arms.
We're not trying to get involved in that way with the Border Patrol. We are simply trying to plug those holes.
His first detention hearing will be tomorrow at the Juvenile Justice Campus.
Thousands of migrants have been dropped off into San Diego County. Local cities and nonprofits are feeling the strain and say they need help.
Border dynamics. Let's dive into the wild world of border dynamics. Bluebird Beach, a sun-soaked spot where migrants gather like birds ready to take flight. Here, they're not catching waves. They're catching rides closer to San Diego for their big journey across the nation. Bluebird Beach isn't just a picturesque paradise. It's a pivotal point in the migration map. Migrants flock here, knowing that soon enough, they'll be whisked away closer to San Diego, where they can catch buses or flights to destinations across the U.S. It's like a bustling airport terminal, but instead of luggage, they're carrying dreams of a better life. But how do they get here so easily? Well, that's where the cartels come in. These guys aren't your friendly neighborhood delivery service. They're the gatekeepers of the border underworld. They make the impossible possible, turning dreams into reality for a hefty fee. And boy, do they make it look easy.
Out of San Diego, where this dramatic video shows a speedboat. It's racing ashore.
Thousands of migrants have been dropped off into San Diego County. Local cities and nonprofits are feeling the strain and say they need help.
These groups of illegal immigrants are seeking to avoid federal agents altogether.
California is even different than, say, Arizona or Texas is because they don't have the homeless problems that we have.
This brings us to the big question: why aren't these migrants quaking in their boots at the sight of authority figures like the Border Patrol? It's like they're strolling through a park instead of crossing a heavily guarded border. Turns out they've got a secret weapon: confidence. Interviews with migrants reveal a surprising lack of fear towards authorities. It's not because they're fearless daredevils, it's because they've been told that crossing is as easy as pie. Imagine being told that you're about to embark on a journey where the odds are stacked in your favor. You'd probably strut your stuff too, right? It's not bravery, it's just a lack of barriers, both literal and figurative. So there you have it, Bluebird Beach, where dreams take flight, cartels play fairy godmother, and fear takes a backseat. It's a snapshot of the border dynamics that shape the lives of countless migrants seeking a brighter tomorrow. Border Vets Initiative. Meet the Border Vets, the guardians of the frontier led by the indomitable CEO, Kate Monroe. These folks aren't your average superheroes. They're veterans with a mission to secure the open border and keep our nation safe and sound. So why the need for this ragtag team of border warriors? Well, it all boils down to one word: inadequacy. Border control, despite its best efforts, just isn't cutting the mustard. Partners like Border Patrol, fire departments, and police are doing their darndest, and they're spread thin like peanut butter on toast. The situation demands more hands on deck, and that's where the Border Vets come striding in. Their mission? Simple yet mighty: to plug the gaps, beef up security, and make sure that our border isn't as open as a 24/7 convenience store. They're not here to point fingers or play the blame game. They're here to roll up their sleeves and get the job done.
Let's stay in California right now. A group of veterans in Southern California is taking border security into their own hands.
CEO of VetCom, we deal with thousands of veterans trying to help them battle the VA, and I've been all over the news talking about migrants.
The group calls itself Border Vets and has spent time filling gaps in the border wall.
We're not trying to get involved in that way with the Border Patrol. We are simply trying to plug those holes, and so they don't stop coming. They just find the path of least resistance, which seems to be San Diego.
A crack team of veterans, each with their own set of skills honed on the battlefield, are now turning their attention to the borderlands. They're not afraid to get their boots dirty or their hands calloused. They're here to make a difference, one stretch of border at a time. But don't mistake them for a bunch of cowboys riding off into the sunset. No, sir. The Border Vets are all about strategy and smarts. They're not just plugging holes in fences or chasing down trespassers. They're taking proactive measures to tackle the root of the problem. From reconnaissance missions to community outreach, they're leaving no stone unturned in their quest to secure the frontier. They know that it's not just about building walls or beefing up patrols. It's about understanding the landscape, building bridges, figuratively of course, and working hand in hand with local communities to keep the border safe and secure. So here's to the Border Vets, the unsung heroes of the frontier, the guardians of our nation's gates, and the epitome of grit, determination, and good old-fashioned American spirit. Illegal immigration. The murky waters of illegal immigration, a tale as old as time, yet still as complex as ever. Let's peel back the layers and take a closer look at what drives folks to brave the border and what greases the wheels of this underground railroad. First up, motivation. It's like a twisted game of snakes and ladders, except instead of ladders leading to success, there are just endless snakes waiting to bite. Migrants spill their hearts out in interviews, revealing tales of hardship and hope. From escaping political turmoil to fleeing economic despair, the reasons are as diverse as the people themselves. It's not just about chasing the American dream, it's about running away from the nightmares back home. But here's where it gets dicey: the price of admission. Turns out, crossing the border isn't just a walk in the park, it's a costly affair. Many migrants fork over a hefty sum, around $6,500, to Mexican cartels for passage into the land of the free. It's like paying a toll to the devil himself with no guarantee of safe passage. And once they've paid the piper, it's off to the races. The process of illegal entry is a well-oiled machine, with cartels calling the shots and migrants following the script. It's a dance of deception, with designated points of entry and covert transport to dodge the long arm of the law. But here's the kicker. It's not just about crossing the border, it's about what comes next.
Texas will certainly try to make the case that the Biden administration is failing to secure the U.S.-Mexico border.
New today, the Mexican government is ordering consulates in Texas to inform Mexican citizens about their rights.
4 legal southern border crossings with Mexico tomorrow.
In instances of detaining or turning away people attempting to cross into the United States from Mexico.
Officials say that those efforts have helped to decongest the U.S. border and that they do not need to suspend legal travel anymore.
Take Santa Monica, for example. It's not just a sunny seaside paradise. It's a landing pad for migrants looking to make a buck. Some have their sights set on working for delivery services like DoorDash, turning their journey into a job opportunity. It's like the ultimate hustle, turning adversity into advantage. So there you have it, the tangled web of illegal immigration, where desperation meets determination and dreams collide with harsh realities. It's a story of survival, sacrifice, and the unbreakable human spirit, played out on the stage of the borderlands. Spike in gun sales. The recent surge of illegal immigrants being released into communities near the Mexican border in California has prompted a notable reaction: a spike in gun sales. Reports from Firearms Unlimited California, a gun shop in El Cajon, indicate a significant uptick in purchases as residents express concerns about their safety and the potential for chaos.
Immigrants, legal or illegal, don't need to be citizens to have a Second Amendment right to bear arms.
Now to our other top story, new laws will impact how you purchase and carry firearms.
They cannot be trusted to use a weapon responsibly and should be deprived of their Second Amendment right to bear arms in self-defense.
If you are caught with a firearm and you came here illegally, you get deported.
Keith Carnevale, a local resident shopping for guns, highlighted the broader sentiment, suggesting that alongside those seeking work, there are individuals with ill intentions crossing the border, fueling fears among residents. This sentiment is echoed by Corey Gotero, the owner of Firearms Unlimited California, who emphasized the anxiety felt by him and his customers regarding public safety and the strain on local resources. The situation in the San Diego region, including El Cajon, located just 25 miles from the border, has become increasingly tense with the release of approximately 125,000 migrants onto its streets since September. Gotero specifically points out the challenge posed by street drop-offs, indicating a localized concern regarding the immediate impact on the surrounding community. This influx of migrants into California follows intensified border security measures in Texas, resulting in a shift of migration patterns. While Texas experienced a decrease in migrant apprehensions, California saw an increase, with the Border Patrol reporting a daily average of 1,200 migrants crossing illegally into the San Diego region in early February. The juxtaposition of heightened border security measures in one state leading to increased migrant traffic in another underscores the complex and interconnected nature of immigration dynamics along the southern border. As communities grapple with the consequences of these shifts, the response of residents, such as increased gun purchases, reflects the tangible impact on local perceptions of safety and security. Immigrant kid slays man. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office made a chilling announcement about a heinous crime that shook the community: the slaying and mutilation of 25-year-old Fraley Hernandez, a resident of Mendota, California. What's even more alarming is that the suspect arrested in connection with this gruesome act is an 18-year-old illegal immigrant from El Salvador. According to detectives, the victim's body was discovered inside a car parked in an orchard near Belmont and Washoe Avenues, west of Mendota. Hernandez had been brutally dismembered, sending shockwaves through the community. It's a tragedy that no one could have anticipated. What makes this case even more disturbing is the revelation that the suspect, whose name was withheld due to his status in the juvenile court system, was not only in the country illegally, but also on probation for attacking his own mother. It's a stark reminder of the complexities and challenges of dealing with individuals who have a history of violence. Despite the arrest of the suspect, authorities are urging anyone with information about the homicide to come forward.
Former juvenile arrested for killing a man and mutilating his body west of Mendota in January.
This suspect, an 18-year-old, was taken into custody on Friday.
We see a lot of different methods of homicide in our line of work. To shoot somebody is bad enough.
But now the Fresno DA is asking that he be tried as an adult. His first detention hearing will be tomorrow at the Juvenile Justice Campus.
The investigation is ongoing, and every piece of information could be crucial in bringing closure to Hernandez's family and ensuring that justice is served. This tragic incident serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of community vigilance and cooperation with law enforcement. It's a stark wake-up call to the harsh realities that can unfold when violence intersects with vulnerability. As the investigation continues, the hope is that answers will be found and steps will be taken to prevent such senseless acts from happening again. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.